Okay, send and receive blocks. Send. Well, there's a problem. Well, how did I not see that? I'm sure I tested some. I tested them to make sure they were actually okay. I I guess they broke a lot since I tested them. I tested them like a week or two ago, and I remember them. They were doing okay, but now everything's broken. So, what's happening here? Did I move things around in the scene? Maybe. This is no. No, it isn't. It's 8-0. Which is worse than no. Singleton view. Oh, the receive source selector. Ah, I did change that, yeah. Oh no. So what's going on? Open singleton. Receive source selector. This thing, yeah. What's the problem here then? Receive source selector. Receive source selector. Straight away I see the problem. Receive source selector. I'm absolutely not going to explain what's going on here. Because this is a mixture of excuse me? Why can't I? Okay. This is a mixture of my weird CMake way of generating GDNS files, which either you know what that is or you don't, and also my weird way of using Godot. I use Godot in a way that nobody else does. Alright, put that here. Delete this one. Right, let's see what happens now. So this is where it crashed. Bang. 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 Just not doing anything now. Also, the tooltip disappeared. One moment, please. Oh my god, I need to restart my computer, I think. Like, I promise you, it's not usually like this. Or maybe I just need to restart Visual Studio. Because I think it has been open for about 2 weeks. So when I first hovered over it, this tooltip appeared, disconnected. Now it stops appearing. What the fuck? Oh, I see what's going on here. Yeah. So this thing here. This thing. This is like a overlay control that appears above a block when you hover over it. And I don't know if you can see, but there's like a faint white horizontal line at the top of the block that's appearing. But that's actually supposed to appear underneath the header. So it's appearing over the top of the entire block and blocking left click events when it appears. So that's why I can't click that button. So let's fix that. Please, okay, let's restart Visual Studio. See if it helps. Please, Microsoft. Oh my god. Alright, time for a nice coffee. Am I just gonna task kill this shit? What is going on? Oh, no. How are you having so much trouble? 12 gigabytes of memory and climbing. I'm shutting the program down and the memory is increasing. 13 gigabytes. It just went up. It just jumped up. Okay, I just task killed it. I love Microsoft. They're such a bunch of rascals. I don't know what they're doing. What are they up to? What? I've completely lost my train of thought. So good for productivity, this IDE. Oh yeah, the receive block. So that's starting up a lot faster now. Okay. Receive block control. Ref block. Here we go. Receive block. How have I implemented this in other areas? Oh yeah. I've recently been going through and anytime I have override final, or it's just be final. And also just eliminate. See, that one should be final as well. These are all being overridden. There we go, that's better. Yeah. This header height function is used to calculate the rect for the block overlay. So return view. Nope. Receive block control. Ah, okay. Oh yeah. I got you. Choke. Block. Wait, what? How am I do this? Header toolbar node. Oh, is that how I do it? Header, right. Header. Get API. Toolbar. Right. Height. Is that essentially how I did it here? Oh, I did get size height. Yeah, that's probably better instead of pulling in that header. Doesn't matter. But need get size height. Okay, do I need to do the same thing with the send? I have this same mess going on. Override final. There we go, much nicer. Send blocks have footers but not headers. The footer height. What does it return? Float. What are you complaining about? Non-virtual function, are you sure? Oh, const. What keys am I pressing right now? Return, same thing again pretty much. Footer, toolbar, node, size, size, height. Right. Oh, this is going to take a while to compile because I changed some headers. Maybe it won't be that bad. I'll stop with the recording and start again when it's finished. That didn't take long at all, actually. Send, and then it explodes. Right. Oh, that explains why the footer was floating in the air when I looked at it earlier. So let's fix that right now. Send block control. I think send block footer. Is it just not being? What? Send. The footer's not being created yet. I think. Footer. Mm-hmm. Am I doing something wrong here? First of all, these functions are wrong. I should be doing this. I don't need to check that, that doesn't make any sense. Expand. This does what I want, right? Oh, it's just doing this, okay. Same thing here. This already is doing that. Send. No, there's still no footer because it didn't expand yet. Check block control onshore. Getting the content rect, yeah, but we can't yet. If the block is not expanded, the header and footer height should always be 0. So let's do that. Which actually eliminates these virtual function calls as well in certain situations. So if not expanded, return 0, otherwise return virtual function call. That should solve that issue. I changed the header again. That is real stuff. Okay. Okay. The footer works, it's just down here. I think this is a margin thing. Bum 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 bum. Send block control. What is going on here? Well, it's just down there. That's all that's happening. I don't know how that happened. Okay. Put this here. How are these? I can't remember how send. I'm hovering over the block and I'm pressing H to turn on choke for this send block, which is the same as right clicking the block and clicking choke like that. But the send block doesn't have choke in the context menu. Possibly because you're not supposed to be able to turn on choke for a send block. I can't remember how choke and send is supposed to interact. What is it that what makes sense? So we have a sample block, the audio is going into the send block. Yeah, we should be able to turn on choke. But the effect is inaudible because the send block is not muted. As soon as you mute the block, then you get the correct effect there. So the bug here is, first of all, I have this like zigzaggy line appears when choke is turned on, and that's not appearing for the send block. So I need to sort that out. And also choke is not in the context menu, and it should be. So that's, I'm not going to fix this. I'm putting that on the back burner. So, send block choke header not visible. Send block choke not in context menu. Okay, so I'll fix those later. Receive. Is this okay now? Let's see. So does it appear here? It's not working. It is working, but the waveform isn't up to date. And also, what the hell's going on here? Oh no, what? How did that break? That was working fine, like a few days ago. And the waveform's fucked as well. So everything's broken. Why is this happening now? Look at this. That is happening because I understand why that's happening. It's because I'm now rendering these zoomed out blocks too early. I'm rendering them before the actual geometry of the blocks have been calculated. And also look at this. What? Okay, well, I know how to fix that straight away. Here. I used to already do this, but I changed it. I might have some cases where those, like, I call them the lo-fi blocks. Those flat rectangles that appear when you zoom out far enough. If I put this back here, so I removed this line to fix a different bug, and put it somewhere else. But I might have I might have some situations now where I'm rendering the blocks twice, where they don't really need to be. But it's not that it's not that expensive to render those blocks, so I don't mind for now. So that should be fixed. Yes, there we go. And also dragging, yeah. Okay, so now let's go back to what we were looking at, which was the well, before I forget, that's okay, it doesn't matter, I don't care. Send, this seems to be working fine. Receive. Oh, and also I have the same view offset issue that I had before. So let's fix that straight away, because I know how to fix that. That was like this. On view, offset changed. Is that right? Const. And same thing here. View. Ba ba ba. Let's just do this. Okay. Just gonna have a look at the previous build at the send and receive blocks. No! Stop. Okay, 1 second. Send. Yeah, I had the same choke problem. Receive. Alright, okay. What did I just do? Oh yeah. So, send, receive. Wait, was that correct? That looked weird. Oh, it's not responding to zooming in and out correctly. Why is everything broken? Hold on. Blah, 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 blah. What are you doing? This doesn't make sense. Visuals? This is stupid. I think this is a copy and paste error. Baked away from geometry. Why do I have all these stupid functions? Geometry. Okay, so I imagine the same block has the same problem. Baked away from geometry. Here. Geometry changed. Do not copy and paste things, you get it wrong. Okay. Now what? Oh yeah. My bad. No! Stop! Stop building. Okay. There! I just sipped my coffee and got some lime scale from the bottom of the mug. This looks correct now. How is this choke header showing up here? What? Am I doing this with a signal or choke header? I'm just calling update at some point. Do I have a set choke in here somewhere? No? Set? Oh, on choke changed right. So what? What? Is choker? Is choker? I don't know what this function is. Is choker? False. But what about for this one? True. A virtual function call that just returns a boolean is so cool. Such a great way to design things. Is choker. What is this is choker idea? Do I have it? An effect is a choker. No, an effect is not a choker. Right, I remember this. Okay. This is choker thing exists just to handle the fact that effect blocks are, they're technically blocks that can apply a choke to the lane above. But effect blocks are special in that they're technically implemented as chokers, but they're always chokers. Like, you can't disable the choking. Okay. Send. But I'm saying this is false. It's not a choker. Why am I doing that? I need to look at the old code again. Just looking at so I was doing the same thing. I just don't remember how this stuff works. So when you press H over an effect, nothing happens, which is what's expected. But where's that getting filtered out exactly? Toggle choke. Oh, that's stupid. It's generating undo redo actions for me hovering over this block and pressing H, even though nothing's happening. Because nothing should happen, so it shouldn't generate undo redo actions for a no-op. But at some point this happens. Set choke. It's going into here. Then nothing happens. Oh, why would you implement it like this? This is just... I'll clean that up someday. Right, so if hovered breath core base is choker, like this should be a compile time boolean. Instead it's this virtual function call, but whatever. It's fine. Well, I guess it can't be compile time because I don't know the type at this point. Don't actually know the type. Right. Return. If it's not a choker. So that should disable turning choke on and off for send blocks, because send blocks are just always, they're like effect blocks in that they're always chokers. But receive blocks on the other hand, you can turn choke on and off. I think that's the way it works. That's the way it's supposed to work, I think. But in that case, choke should appear in the receive block context menu, which it's not doing. Send. So pressing H on this shouldn't do anything. Okay, good. Receive. H does do something on here, which makes sense. So this is always a choker, right? Oh, Oh, that's how it works. Yeah, that makes sense. Now it makes sense. As soon as I actually see it working, suddenly it makes sense. Right. That's how things are supposed to work. Okay. So, when I set this as a source, the waveform doesn't appear. If I turn baking off, that's working correctly, okay. So that's good. I should always, while I'm here, just test. Oh, what happened? Oh yeah, because baking's dead. Just test the nightmare of feedback. And this shouldn't do anything. Well, oh yeah, cool. I guess this waveform should respond to the amount slider. Did it do that at some point? It might have done. Because this is quieter because the amount is at 50. Yeah, it should do, shouldn't it? I'll put that on the back burner. Receive waveform should be scaled to source. Send amount. Okay. So it's just oh, the baked waveform is not appearing at all. It's still showing the non-baked waveform here. That's what that little blip is, because the baking finished when it was halfway through reading it. Okay. How's that supposed to work? Alright, there should be something in here. Configure. Where does that get called? Configure. Set has baked output. That's not being called. Oh, it's not being called. Baked output changed. Alright, I'll just stick it in here. That's baked output, hold on. Why do I have this boolean? Hmm. Hold on, what the heck? Send, receive. How's that? How's that happening? What? Huh? Feedback shading. Okay, I understand. So I need to copy this for the receive block. Update entire baked waveform. I guess so. Right. I think this is it. Yes. This doesn't do anything. Oh yeah, it does. It doesn't update the waveform. Oh, I think at some point that used to update the waveform. I think I've seen that happening. Even if it's a baked waveform. Because it's not, it doesn't have to rebake here, it just applies this amplitude to it. So it doesn't bother updating this waveform. Yeah, it should really apply a scaling to the waveform, shouldn't it? I've also just noticed that this waveform is not scaled correctly to the block. It should be going from the bottom of the block to the bottom of the header, but you can see it's getting chopped off here because it's actually behind the header. It's going from the bottom of the block to the top of the block, which it shouldn't be. So let's just fix that and then stop recording. Receive block control, blah 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 blah. It should just do it, huh? On draw. Ta-da! I think that's the fix. So it wasn't calling the draw function at all because I didn't register it with the Godot object system, which is a very, very, very common pitfall when using the Godot bindings layer. There we go, that's correct now. Yes. Okay. That's enough recording for today, I think.